Roblox Leveling Reborn has been out for a week now, and I've played a solid 24 hours of it. I know that kind of makes me a no-life, but I gotta give my honest opinion on the game. Now, in that 24 hours, I've played about 4 hours of Assassin, and probably a solid 20 hours of Tank. And I mean, as you can see, I'm still Tank, and I do enjoy playing as Tank. Kind of fits my playstyle in games. I have not claimed this for a solid like 2 days, so I'm gonna quickly gamble while we, do this intro. So if you don't know what solo box leveling is, it's a game based on solo leveling, where you go into dungeons, you clear them with a party or solo, and then you get items that you put on your, avatar, and you get stronger, you level up and stuff like that. Then you clear harder dungeons, all that. Anyways, yeah. Right now, the game is in testing, so not everyone can play. I was lucky enough to get tester. So, yeah, I got pretty lucky there. I didn't have to pay the $20, I think. I think that's how much it costs, which is absurd, honestly. I gotta invite this guy to my guild in a second. After I get this last little gamble in. Big gambler. There we go. I got the Witch Maid costume and the Angel Halo. Okay, let me see. I gotta invite this guy. Okay, so currently in testing, there are 3 different gate ranks. There's E, C, and B. E is the easiest, C is the second easiest, and then B is the hardest. All gates are like fairly hard though. As a level 78, I can solo E, and I'm pretty sure I can solo C, but I don't know for sure. Haven't really tried because I'm mainly running Bs right now. But with this party, I will be running a C because we're going to be carrying these 2 people. So yeah. Basically, you can be a swordsman, healer, tank, warrior, archer, fire mage, earth mage, or ice mage. I believe I covered them all. Yeah, that should be all of them, all the classes. So those are your options for classes. Each one has their own little, like, benefit and stuff. I've went over that in the previous video. You can watch that to figure, like, out what each class gives. Oh yeah, and Assassin. That's the one I missed. Now, Assassin, I did play for about 4 hours total, and I would say, maybe better late game than early game, but early game, it just kind of sucks. So, I'd suggest that although, when you do join the game, you're probably like, I want to be an assassin because that's what Sung Jin Woo was. Yeah, no, you don't want to be an assassin. Assassins suck early game. So, yeah. I've stuck with tank the whole time because I like to run party raids, and my main thing is I like to group up all the enemies and just attack them, like, head on. That's my thing. Archer is probably the most broken thing, in testing at least. It's absurd how powerful it is. You can wipe dungeons so easily. I've got a level 63 Archer in my party right now. Pretty sure he has said that he can solo C ranks pretty easily, and that was like back when he was level 40. So, yeah, Archer's pretty good. I'm almost level 80, and I don't even know if I can solo C ranks. I'd have to check. I'd have to try. And, yeah. I don't know if we're going into a dungeon yet. We should be. Yeah. Healer's also very overpowered. Probably number 2 on my list for, like, most overpowered classes. Very good. You can heal yourself, and you can, deal damage. Very good for soloing and in parties. Next up would probably be Earth Mage, I think. It's very overpowered as well. Not amazing compared to Archer and Healer. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's a mage, so, generally when you're a mage and a archer, you want Oh, mage and a archer. That's not, no. Mage and archer, you want, no, not, mage and healer. Bam. You want to upgrade your intelligence rather than strength. I don't really know what archer scales off of. You'd have to ask, like, in the Discord. I'm sure someone would be able to tell you once, you know, the game is fully out and stuff. But yeah, those are the 3 most overpowered classes as of right now, to my knowledge. Assassin, I don't really know. I wouldn't put it too high up. Probably like 6th at best. Tank, maybe 5th, because, you know, tank is very overpowered when it comes to, like, taking hits, because it's a tank. So yeah. Yeah, the game is $20 if you're not a content creator, so I got, you know, lucky, and I gotta ask, let me start it. It is $20 for this game, and I mean, I would honestly pay the $20 for it. Okay, we are starting. I would honestly pay the $20 for it because it's a pretty good game. This is my total opinion on the game after playing 24 hours of it. That's a full day. Now, that's in the span of a week, so yeah, I'm kind of a no-life. It's very sad. Now, I'll be real, some of it has been AFK, but yeah. I've kind of been a no-life on the game. It's very fun, though, and pretty addicting. So we are in a C rank dungeon, and I'm going to show off some tank, because, you know, tank's overpowered. And then, you know, we got the freaking, what's his name? The archer over there, who will also be dominating. So right now what I'm doing here is I'm collecting everyone. Then we're just gonna... Now the sad thing about tank is the 6th ability and the 1st ability do the exact same amount of damage, which is really dumb. I think that needs to be fixed, most definitely. But I mean, as you see, I just took no damage and I had them all on me. So yeah, tank is pretty good. We're gonna have all of these group up on me. It's gonna take a second because this guy's also running around and he's almost killed himself. That's great. Now, I mean, I hate using the 6th ability, but it's just instinctive because back before I knew it only did the same amount of damage as the 1st one. That's like all I would use. I would save up for it and then just use it. Now, in my opinion, tank is very overpowered. You automatically take a lot less damage, and then with this 4th ability right here, the one with the shields on it, you take half as much damage, to my knowledge. It's half as much. It says completely immune, but you're not completely immune. You take about half as much damage, and that's insane. Especially against bosses that do high damage, you can actually take hits like crap. It's crazy. Now it is mistaken that if you're a tank, you should upgrade your health points, but I'm disproving that. You actually want to upgrade your defense and your strength mainly, because upgrading your strength increases your defenses, and then if you have high defense already, then think about it this way. If they can't damage you, then why do you need health? And not only that, but when you have like a higher level, like I'm level 78, my base health is 9,700. I mean, of course that's with gear that gives health, but I mean, I can already tank a lot with just that health. And it's crazy, because I've got the health on top of that defense, and so I can manage very easily. This is also a C rank, so it's not, you know, the hardest. I could probably solo this, I think. I've had, you know, some pretty good runs on C rank myself. I know this archer in here can, the level 63, I think that's what he is. But basically, every time you level up, you get, I believe it's 5 stat points, and you get a full heal. That's very good. You also get a full mana recovery and a full stamina recovery. As you can see here, we are on the boss stage. Now for E and C rank dungeons, there's 2 sections of enemies and then there's the boss, but for B rank, there's 3 sections and then the boss. So as you see here, I'm going to activate my half damage thing, then I'm going to laser him. And I can just stand in here and let him attack me, because he does so little damage to me. Now that did stun me, but I mean, I'm still at 8,000 health. And now I'm taking a little bit more damage, but I mean, this healer guy comes in and just helps me. And I'm immediately back to 8,000, and I can just manage again. So tank is very good if you're in a party with a healer, and just a party in general. As you can see, we obliterated the boss. And then every dungeon you do, you get an amount of XP. I think it ranges from 500 to about 2,000. No, 500 to 3,000, I believe. And then you also get some gear. It's not always guaranteed that you get gear, but like usually you do. Right here, I got a mythical healer armor, so you're not always getting gear for your class. But sadly, I didn't get gear for my class. I need to repair my freaking armor though, because as you can see here, it's about all destroyed. We got the mythical healer armor though, so I'm gonna give that to this healer probably. So yeah, pretty crazy. I got a mythic. This is epic, purple. This is normal, and then right here is legendary, and then, you know, mythic. Now, mythics are pretty uncommon to get. You can sell the gear you get in the blacksmith shop, which I'll show you when I'm repairing my gear. Because, oh crap. This guy's gonna give me the tank mythic. I believe he's the healer, so I'll give him what I got. So, I mean, we're going crazy. Yeah, okay, he's the healer. Yeah, alright. I'll trade him. Hopefully he got it like a chess piece, because that would really help. Okay, it's not a chess piece, but I can take a blade. I mean, I already have a mythic blade. It's definitely better than that. Yeah. Almost a little over twice as much damage. Real quick, I'm gonna go and repair my gear. Now in here, you can repair your gear. I need to repair both of these. You can buy basic weapons, and then you can also sell stuff. I'm not gonna sell anything right now because I've only got really mythics. Then right here, you can repair items. I don't have anything to repair besides my chess piece. Get a dragon in, repair it, costs 500. It might get destroyed, I don't remember that. That's kind of scary. Okay, it got full repaired. And then, I don't know where the bracelet went, because that's not it. I know it was the cape that I wanted to repair. I really hope this cape doesn't break, because it's a pretty good item. Helps a ton. Now, I mean, I have one that's, like, slightly worse than it, but it's, you know, I'd prefer to have this because it's, you know, better. Good. I got it. We got lucky. I don't remember it saying that stuff could break, though. That's kind of scary. So yeah, we've repaired our gear. So in there you can buy, like, basic gear. It kind of all sucks. And then over in the armory, over there, the it's like blacksmith too, but not really. You can buy armor, which again, it's base armor. It's not great. You get better one like gear from dungeons. So yeah, not the greatest, but you can manage with it. It's definitely good for starters, but you know, later on in the game when you're level 60 plus, it's no good, and it really your only good gear that you're gonna get at level 60 plus is from dungeons, and I'm talking B rank dungeons. So you better hope you get a raid party if you're just now hitting level 60. Alright, I guess we're gonna go into another dungeon. Hopefully there's one. Now, let me talk about my stats real quick. So, as a tank, you generally think you want to have your stats in health and defense, but what I've done some experimenting with is you really want to have your stats in strength and defense. Now, you could have a lot more in physical defense than I have, and then like a lot less in magical defense, because there's not many enemies that do magical damage right now, magical attacks. So, I mean, really, you could have like 80-20, and then you want to have at least 50 agility, because with 50 agility, you get a little, like, sprinting move kind of thing. User will roll in a short specified direction to evade potential attacks with 2-second cooldown. It's basically what I'm doing here. Oh wait, no, that's not it. It's the massive sprint. You gain an extra plus 10 speed every time you sprint. It's very great. With 100 agility though, you swiftly dash to dodge at enemy attacks with 0.5-second cooldown. So it's basically the roll, but just like, not really. Then with this, you have like, if you've ever watched One Piece, it's like Geppo. I mean, I guess it kind of shows it in the anime of solo leveling. I don't remember if it shows it in the manga that much, but I mean, it's a double jump. It's nothing too complicated. It's really just a double jump. I don't have it because I don't have 200 agility. I only have 50. We're gonna go into this dungeon. I'm not even gonna ask them. Pretty sure we're fine with it. I'd hope we're fine with it. So we're going in. It's another Goblin's Nest. This one's very easy, you know, as we saw last dungeon. This is gonna be the last dungeon I do. We're 17 minutes into the video. My goal for the end of the month is 1,500 subscribers. We're about, I believe, 130 away from that. I think we could pull it off if everyone comes together and really tries. If we do hit it, then I will, I don't know, karaoke stream. Actually, I wouldn't mind doing that. If you want to do a karaoke freaking stream at 1,500 subscribers, then better freaking subscribe, because it's going to be hilarious listening to me sing. I think everyone would find it so freaking funny, because I'm terrible at singing, but I sing so much. I'll be listening to Spotify, any song that I like a lot, come on, and I'm over here just jamming out, screaming at the top of my lungs, singing. It's great, but it sounds terrible, and it's hilarious. Everyone that's heard me sing just finds it so funny. So yeah, you should definitely subscribe, because if we hit 1,500 by the end of February, which is this month, I will do a little karaoke stream. Yeah, I'll do it on the game too. So, you know, we can have some fun in dungeons singing songs, because who doesn't want that? Speaking of the game, I have created a guild. Now, if you want to join that, I'll link it in the description, and it's the Discord server, which we're still, like, kind of setting up, but it's mostly done. As you can see, this guy's in it. It's the Knights of Sidonia. We made a custom logo for it and everything. It's great. I really like the guild. I actually put a lot of effort into making the server, probably more effort than I did in making my, like, own Discord server, which will also be linked in the description of this video, so you should join that too. Or you should just join it before you join the other one, because I would honestly much rather that server be more popular than the guild. I'd be kind of sad if the guild was more popular than my server. I would honestly cry. So yeah, make sure you subscribe before the end of February, that would help me so much. It's completely free, dude. You gotta do it, man. It helps me out so much. You've made it like 19 minutes into the video too, so that means you probably enjoy my content. I mean, so go ahead and subscribe, man, if you're this far in. Like, that's just my honest, unbiased opinion. I think it's realistic that you'd be interested in my content this far in. So, you know, if you have any suggestions for the game, or not for the game, but for my channel, like games to play maybe, videos to do, like a actual tier list of classes, because I would be so down to do that. This is probably going to be my next video, honestly, a tier list of all the classes. Now, it will be kind of biased because of my playstyle, which is going up right on the enemies as you see, and obliterating them. This is a very sad raid. We are doing terrible. So yeah, and you know, like the video because that also helps me out a ton. We are almost done with this raid. Once we finish the boss, that'll be the end of the video. So yeah, again, please do subscribe, like, and comment, as it helps me out a ton. Again, join the Discord in the description. It'll be the first link, and then the second link will be the guild. It'll be separated, like, it'll say, this is the guild link, and this is the, like, main channel Discord server. So yeah. Well, okay. He just, like, left. Or crashed. Okay, so I've got to carry this. That's great. We're gonna manage. As long as they can heal me, we should be fine. I was talking about my stats earlier. I'll finish talking about my stats, you know, once we finish this. I should have blocked that instead of running. Okay, I did not perfect block that, so I, again, didn't perfect block that. Now, I mean, you can see we're taking the boss down a lot slower without the archer guy. That kind of just proves how overpowered Archer is. So yeah, you should definitely have an Archer in your party if you're gonna consider, like, doing dungeons that are above your rank. I keep missing this perfect block. I need to just start jumping it, because that also works. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, apparently it doesn't work. Yeah, as you can see though, these guys are healing me, and I'm just going at it in here. And as a tank, you know, that's great. Because I deal a certain amount of damage, because I have upgraded my strength quite a bit. And then I can take hits like crazy. Again, I missed the perfect block. This is terrible, dude. I'm so bad at this game. I'm just gonna get out of there that time. Alright. He's almost dead. I keep missing the block. It's so sad. I don't even know if you can block that, honestly. Yeah, we're almost done with this boss. He wasn't too hard. Then again, I do think I can solo these dungeons, this C rank. Not too hard. I know as a fact I can solo E rank. But yeah. Tank isn't great for soloing, I'll give it that. But I mean, as you can see, I do about 75 damage per hit. And then with the abilities, I do a lot more. I just got 2 of the same armor. And a dagger. And a staff. Okay, so upgrading strength increases your damage and your defenses, so that's really good. Upgrading agility increases your stamina and makes you faster, like by a slight amount. Upgrading your defenses upgrades your defenses. Upgrading your health makes you have more health, but it's like 50 per tick, so not that much. So yeah, it's not great. And then mana points, it increases your mana, which is pretty useful. I would definitely increase my mana a bit more than I already have it because of the fact that I use my abilities a ton. Especially that 4th one, because taking less damage is great. So yeah. As you see here, we got common, an epic, a legendary, and a mythic all in my inventory. Then right here we got 2 epic warrior armors. So this is going to be the end of the video. Subscribe, like, comment, all that, and hopefully I will see you in the next one where we're going to be ranking every class.